I noticed a man paying attention to me. He came and stood right in front of me finally, tried to press a piece of paper into my hand, saying something to me and gesturing at the tent door, but he hadn't tried to introduce himself, so I ignored him. And after my episode with the farmer, I feared strange men, but also myself a little. "Fine," he said, finally exasperated. "Be that way if you must. If we can't get Mohammed to the mountain, we'll bring the mountain to Mohammed." I remembered my mother would say this when I was stubborn. I looked down at the paper where it lay on the ground and read it dully. "Female equestrian rider needed. Audition today. Skill with firearms and singing important. Get ready to see Paris." He went into the tent to my surprise. The flap flew open again, and this time standing there was a small group looking at me. A light glowed high above the others, separated from them, and moved steadily toward me. As I watched, it twinkled, broke into limbs of a kind, so that it seemed for a brief moment a dancing figure of fire, something small and capable of lighting, say, a cigar. It danced, moving as if it could beckon me somewhere. Then I saw it was coming for me. It was a tiny oil lamp, set high up into the curly wig of a strange, enormous, and terrifyingly beautiful woman. A few more lamps lit the back of her head, so that she was curtained in light. Thick red curls rose for several feet above her face. She was accompanied by a giant looking at me over the top of her hair, his face shadowed by the light, and by what I first thought was another man, but was instead a woman dressed in pants, walking with a soldier's powerful stride. I looked away, thinking they'd be on their way, but then looked back when from behind them suddenly appeared the man who tried to force the paper into my hand. "This one," he said. "See? I'm all right." They came to a stop in front of me. "Well, he didn't lie," the woman of fire said to the others before turning to me and saying, "My dear, my name is Flambeau." She gave a curtsy, and the warmth of her fire reached my cheeks and eyelashes. "My colleagues and I, it seems to me, have been searching for a girl just such as you." I stared at her as if she hadn't spoken at all, and then opened my mouth to say, "What is it you think I am?" and a strange whispery noise came from my throat instead. I looked around at them and tried again. The sound was ghostly. It terrified me. My audience looked on, curious and concerned. "Cat got your tongue?" she said. The voice was gone as if it had slunk away in the night and left this in its place. "How do you be?" the giant asked. He bowed deeply. "Here, my dear, whisper in my ear," Flambeau said, and so I did. "What do you think I am?" I asked, whispering. "What do we think she is?" Flambeau said, repeating my question with a slight smile. "Whatever she is, she's the last one we'll speak to before going home," said the gentlemanly woman. She shifted her legs and then, like my father used to, cracked her knuckles with a swift flex of her clasped hands, and I had a pang of remembering him. The giant met my eyes, asking, "Did you just arrive here?" I nodded. "Yes." Flambeau smiled and asked, "How's your aim with a rifle? Are you a good shot? Can you ride a horse?" I again nodded yes to both. "Then you are the one we seek," Flambeau said. "The fine lady there is Priscilla of the Cajun Maidens, and this is Ernesto the Giant. We are colleagues together in a travelling show. We are seeking a pioneer girl to join us for our European tour, and you, as you look to be a raccoon in boots in that coat, fit the bill. Will you audition for us?" I pulled the coat closer about me, unsure of how to display my offence at these people who, it seemed, could help me. Priscilla explained the show was leaving in a few days, as soon as the weather turned, for a tour of Italy, Spain, and France, where there was to be a very important performance in Paris. Auditions had turned up too many women trying to get to Paris for the wrong reasons. All were transparently bad with horses, terrified of guns, and unable to sing. "There's plenty of whores in Paris," Priscilla said, "and some of them are a damn good shot. We don't need to bring any more of those." Ernesto cast his eye.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.